Hello everyone and welcome to another I Pick My Butt video. More Survivor.io and Chapter 58. Completed this one on the second try. First one was kind of actually surprised on it. For some reason, it's a little bit backwards on this one. It seemed like the first two bosses were a lot harder than the later bosses. You know, usually first ones you breeze right through. Later ones, that's where you struggle. Well, for me, I think it's really one of those things of getting the right abilities in the beginning. And the first time I only had one drone on it. This one I was actually able to upgrade the drones, get it into Destroyer on it. And I kind of just went for the regular stuff that I went through. But really, enemies can be tanky on it. There is some pigs that you're going to run into eventually. And that's with me running close to about 17k in attack and about 60,000 health. Still same stats that I had since Chapter 57 there. But I would say try to really get some upgrades first. They're going to be single target, things like lightning emitter, the rocket, even the drones. They might be a little bit too far away to hit, but it definitely will help out on that first boss there. Yes, we are using the light chaser. It's another great thing to upgrade, but if you can, try to get some of those abilities and then start upgrading the light chaser after the first boss. Now this is a rectangular board, as you can see on the screen, and it's going to be an 8-minute one, meaning that bosses will be 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and 8 minutes, which means 5 bosses altogether. And we are going to have elites there too. You'll see the first elite come out here in the 1 minute mark, which we're just a couple seconds away. But not a lot of stuff you can do for farming bombs and stuff on the side of the screens because there's only going to be 6 kind of crates that pop up. But here comes the first elite right here, and I kind of actually like these kind of, I don't know, abominable snowmen. Is that what you would call them? Snow zombies? But nothing really too worrisome for dropping. What I do like about these 8-minute boards, though, is I think I get really better chances of getting these 3 pulls and 5 pulls from the roulettes there. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know in the comments if you see a lot more of them yourself, but it seems like I'm always grabbing them every time I'm running one of these. So getting ready for the first boss here, we were just lucky enough to grab the white drone on it, so we have a set pair now, which means we're going to have the chance of getting that thing evil. But the manager, that's the one right there. And surprisingly, not too difficult to dodge the phones, but you can see we are kind of just knocking away at that health bar very slowly on it, which is something I hate to see, especially on the first boss, because I think, oh man, how are the last ones going to be on it? But really, 3 phones, it's pretty easy to dodge if you stay away from them. Usually, I'm always getting hit by these things. I probably get hit a couple of times here in the video just from being dumb at it. But keep your distance. Let the lightning emitter do its thing if you got it. Just hang out in a corner, and it shouldn't be too tough. And occasionally, he'll spawn at some of the littler mobs there, which will throw out littler phones. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind that those are always there. Luckily, they drop pretty quickly compared to them. But the phones, they can still hurt you. So just be careful of that. But as you can see, I'm just kind of hanging out, playing safe, but I am still trying to get close enough where I can either hit with the drones or hit with that legend ability of the light chaser there, which sometimes gets me in trouble. But when I went through this on the first time, only having the one drone, not really knowing what abilities to pick, it didn't really go too well. And I think I died twice on the first try. So don't worry though, it does get a little bit easier. It does get a little bit harder, but it does get easier too. So you can see for first boss, that took about 1 minute and 15 seconds in order for me to defeat, which normally first boss, that's like a 10-20 second type thing, if that. So glad to get this one out of the way. We'll go over and skip over the elite, but you can see the pigs run in already, and this will hurt you at some point in the beginning because you don't have all the abilities already, and these things still are pretty tanky. I just got a lot of good pulls there, but just kind of play it safe a little bit. I always want to rush in and grab the biofuels, and sometimes that does more bad than good. But here's the next elite right here, and we're going to have a blue scorpion at the 3-minute mark, and be careful because this one can kind of catch up on you and be a little bit faster than you expect, but still not too much trouble. But those green pigs do come out, which are going to be a little bit more health wise and a little bit tankier than the gray one. So just once again, a lot of being careful, but if you play it safe, this one really wasn't as bad as 57. So the second boss is going to be the dystopian king, and this is going to be the one that kind of will shoot poison out at you. It wasn't really one-shot me, but I did get hit by a couple of times, even though I'm just trying to run away. And it will do the thing where it jumps at you and then have kind of the delayed blow-up parts, you know, the circles, like 6 circles around that'll eventually blow up. There is a circle in the center, which ironically I got right in the middle of, thinking, oh, I'm probably clear, and I think I actually end up dying on it. It might pop up here in a second, but this one's luckily dropping a little bit faster. We do pretty much have a decent build of, we have the drones, we have the lightning emitter, we have Guardian, we did grab the soccer ball too. There's the spot right there. It's like, oh, sweet, I'm in the center, I could pass it. So the soccer ball, I would say, is a good thing to get into, because there was a point where I was kind of trapped in the corner, and the combination of that and the Guardian really seemed to help out. But that one, a lot easier than the first one. The other next ones we'll show you here, they didn't really seem to be too troublesome. So after that, you're going to get hit with some of these snow zombies and pirates, and then the 5-minute mark, we'll get hit with the pirate elite, which once again, tanky, nothing really too threatening though. I just kind of worked my way over and around. I think the 6-minute is going to be a little bit more of a troublesome one, but you can see, drop that right there, and now we'll go to 6-minute boss. So now we have the horrific captain, and I kind of forgot about this one when I said harder, you know, in the beginning, but this one can be annoying, the fact that it's going to shoot bullets that are going to bounce off the wall, and it's going to shoot 2 different sets of bullets on it. So there'll be a shot, there'll be a delay, and another shot, and the whole time these projectiles are just kind of flying around. And the bounce, that's what you got to watch out for. Those whole swinging things, I never really worry about that too much. I guess if you didn't have running shoes, it'd be a different story. But you can see that there's the bounces right there, and it even bounces back a 3rd time. So let me think. Shoots once, bounces twice. Okay, so it's gonna bounce twice, which means they're gonna go in 3 different directions on it. But you can see it's still not too terrible as far as the whole swinging. But as long as you can watch out for those bullets flying around, you're pretty much good on this one, and just let your abilities do the work. So now we're going to get Elite coming out right away, and this is where things can get a little bit tricky on it. So Light Chaser, we got that Evo, that just totally saved us with all these lizards here. But now I'm just going to kind of do a thing where I'm going to try to run and find that opening. I try to drag them all the way down to the bottom of the top, and then just look for that little bit of a gap along the bottom there. As you can see, sometimes I have to kind of camp out in the corner to get there, but this will probably be maybe the hardest part of the game if I had to suggest. So the Guardian, the soccer ball I was saying, if you can get those up, or at least get those evoed, maybe get some cooldown reductions that can kind of help contain them. But once you really get rid of this first elite here, this fire-breathing dragon with the extra fire breath, once you get rid of that, it's a little bit easier. And I think we actually end up dying here on this one too. So yeah, it is what it is. But, you know, we still beat it either way. So we did grab them, we got rid of them there, and now 3 rockets. So I'm just going to kind of camp out here for a second. And now we're going to get going into the 7-minute boss, which I don't really remember being anything threatening. I like how I say remember, like I just played it this morning. It's been 5 hours. Like I've already forgotten everything that's happened inside the game. But we're going to grab this rocket here, and then we're going in against the Raging Treant. You know, the tree that just stands there in the middle, stretches his arms out, shoots some missiles, maybe makes some spikes out of the ground. Nothing bad at all. Just do the typical, I'm going to run a circle around you as fast as I can, and pretty much let the drones do the rest of it. So a little bit of a tough decision there. I didn't really have good choices. Gold experience or the magnet. The magnet just seemed like the best bet, because really just trying to make sure that I'm upgrading things. But you can see we're doing a circle. High tech. I probably should just say that this is patented like I patent everything else. The patented V technique I came up with the other day. But as long as you stay far enough away, you don't get hit by the arms, and the missiles, pretty easy to dodge on those. So this mob wave wasn't anything really too terrible either. Forgot which we had for the elite side here, but it just seemed like from this point, it was just like, okay, this is kind of some smooth sailing from, you know, the 7-minute mark up to the 8-minute mark. Was there elite in there? You'd think you'd see him. Maybe I didn't get one out there, or maybe I just killed him so fast. Nope, he's definitely in there. It's the wolf. I picked my butt, just getting a little bit blind there, even though I just cleaned my glasses, and I am wearing them right now. So pretty much, we're just going to camp out, try to collect whatever last biofuels that we can, going for them yellows. And the 8-minute mark is this guy right here, the Terror Echo. At least it sounds pretty cool, but the most I really kind of saw out of this was some long dashes and some quick short dashes. Other than that, just kind of running around and just doing my thing. This was probably, besides the tree, probably the 2nd easiest boss inside this chapter. So if you make it this far, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to be getting away with it. Just keep on running away, and then just step to the side when you see one of those dashes. Just like I said, be careful, because there is a short dash in there, which is more kind of like a little bit of a jump. You'll just see like a small little, you know, fatter version of that red line. But I was happy to at least get into this one and see that it was not another one of those managers or phone throwing ones. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.